Sounds like good conditions tonight. Every signal that I've heard has been great, and Ken up there in Kansas heard me on 35 watts a while ago. Good evening, folks. This is K5LYN. My name is Lynn. I'm in Austin. We get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. A lot of us are on vacuum tube radios. If you're on a hybrid radio, you're welcome here too. Or if you're on a modern radio and just interested in what we're doing here, why, you're certainly welcome to come by. Buy-sell trades are appropriate here, but let's keep them to vintage radio. There's plenty of other places to trade your modern stuff. Now, if you're working on a radio and have a question about it, maybe you need some technical advice, there's a tremendous amount of experience and expertise here. So that's always my favorite part of the net, actually, when somebody comes up with a question that he or she is working on. Tonight, on my end, we're going back to the very earliest days of single sideband. A lot of people back in the late 40s were trying to figure out how to make an amateur transmitter transmit a single sideband signal, and nobody had really quite figured it out. There were a lot of good trials, and if you look back in the late 1948, 49, CQ and QST, you see a few of those attempts. But early in 1950, a guy named Wes Shum, W9DYV in Chicago, put together a kind of a combination of thoughts into a little radio he called the Multiphase Exciter 10A. We know it today more as the Central Electronics 10A. It's a plug-in coil radio, no band switch, and it was the VFO intended for it was the BC-458, a World War II aircraft transmitter. I'm using one of those tonight. I built a little transceive adapter such that I can use the output of a Drake R4 receiver to be the VFO. I took the 7 watts out of the 10A and used that to convert a Night Kit CW novice transmitter into a little 1-tube amplifier, and that drives the Drake L4B, and I got about 450 watts going into the antenna. Let me talk to some people that I know here, then I'll give it to Jay, and we'll pass it on to Rusty, and then we'll take some check-ins of people that we know are listening but have not talked to us yet. First guy I heard tonight was Robert, WW9W. What do you say, Robert, K5LYN?
All righty, Lynn, K5LYN and the group. Good evening to everyone. As you said earlier, the band is in great condition. Everybody's got great signals up here into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. My name is Robert, and we're located in Allen, Texas, just outside of Dallas, here northeast of Dallas, about 10-12 miles. And this evening I'm running the old trusty KWM2, running it into a Collins 30L1 amplifier. Looks like about 650, 700 watts out. Got it going into a Ultimac Double Bazooka 8040 antenna. And I'm using a Shure 444 microphone with it here. Yeah, that's Central. I've got one of those, Lynn, as you well know. The only thing I don't have the 458 VFO, I've got the band hopper. I hadn't fired it up in quite some time. It works just fine. Thanks to you, I've got the push-to-talk fixed in it so that it's push-to-talk, but the instructions you sent me worked out quite well. So that's about it for me, Lynn. You guys have a great Turkey Day. Be safe. And we'll see you guys next week, hopefully. K5LYN and the boat anchors, WW9W.
Very nice signal into Austin, Robert. And you've got the band hopper. Lucky guy. I had one out in the Bastrop Pines when I lived out there, but all that burned up. Now WD5JKO and Round Rock's got one, so they are out there. But that's a great one to have. All right, moving on. TXW. What do you say, George? Talk to us.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net from WB5TXW for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. I may be a little bit off frequency, but oh well. Trying to lose some of my compulsiveness. On the F line, 32S175S3, the 30L1, the Shure 444, and the dipole in the side yard. So this ought to be a good one. And I'll let you know, Lynn, I recommend this net to anybody I know who can listen to it for the radio history, live radio history content. WB5TXW back to net.
Sounding good, George. I'm so pleased that the last change we made on that power supply gave the radio exactly what it needs, because it sounds like $1 million. Good to hear you tonight. Okay, let's see Ken up there in Kansas. Hey, Ken, am I sounded better now with the Drake amplifier in here? How about it? KE0WYD, K5LYN.
Yeah, K5LYN. This is KE0WYD. Ken in Wichita, Kansas. Yeah, you've got a little bit more punch than you had a while ago, but it was making the trip up here just fine. I want to thank you all for letting me in here tonight. We're on our helicopter station. We have a SX111 receiver and a HT37 transmitter and a HT41 amplifier into a 270-foot delta loop up about 25 feet using a Shure 87A microphone tonight. Really have a big time playing with these old radios. I've got several stations. I have a Hammerlin station that I've got on the air, and I've been joining the guys on the AM with it once in a while, but I'll turn it back to you and won't hold it long here. You probably have several coming in tonight, and the band sounds real good. I'll turn it back to K5LYN. This is KE0WYD.
You can't go wrong with an HT37, Ken. I assume you solid-stated that power supply?
No, I haven't done anything with it, and I'm not sure, but my amplifier only wants to put out about 400 watts. It don't. It'll tune up, and I drive it on up there, but I can put 100 into it, but it seems like I only put about 50 into it, and it puts out to 400 watts. I've got maybe have a weak tube or something like that, but we'll get to the bottom of it some way.
All right, if you'll send me an email, we'll talk about the solid-stating the power supply. You really, really, really need to do that on the HT37. So send me an email, K5LYN@ARRL.net. Very good, Ken. Beautiful signal. Anything else on your end?
No, that'll do it for me. I'll be riding along, and thank you all for letting me in here. This is KE0WYD.
Okay, let's talk to DK and then Mike, and then I'm going to jump to Dan there. So, Don, DK, talk to us, K5LYN.
All right. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Don, Delta Oscar November. Let's see. It ain't working. It doesn't seem like it's working. There it goes. Checking in on the TR4. Is this not working, is it?
Yeah, it's working. Maybe not as loud as usual, but it's working.
All right. Now I'm watching the power erratic. I'm checking in on the plain TR4 and L4 amp, D104 microphone. Going out through a double bazooka tonight. Got a little news about Lyle, K5LT. He had a stroke about a week ago, and I think he's still in the hospital. He's good, except he's lost a little function on one side, and we're making fun of him. He keeps sending us pictures of the ground up food we're asking him to send us pictures of nurses instead, but anyways, hopefully he gets home and gets better quick. I'll get back to you, Lynn. W5DK.
Oh, about how old a fella is he, Don?
He's only 51.
Okay, scary. Well, keep us posted, and please pass on our regards, and keep me posted. Anything else on your end this evening?
No. Thank you, everybody, for running the net. Have a Thanksgiving.
Okay, I'm going to talk to Mike, then to Dan, then I'll give it to Jay. KL7CD. Hey, Mike, great to hear you back in Texas. You sound great, K5LYN.
Okay, Lynn, thanks. I'm glad you can hear me. Tonight I'm running the same old Helicrafters Twins, SX117 receiver, HT44 transmitter, operating in transceive mode. You can switch use the transmitter VFO to control both, or receiver VFO to do the same thing, or you can operate split. And it's just like any of the twins, like Collins made and Drake made and others made, actually. I have the matching speaker and power supply for the transmitter. Real nice looking rig. Nice setup, I guess I should say. And I'm running that into an SB220. Right now about 900 watts. And my antenna is a dipole up about 25 feet, fed with coax. And beautiful, beautiful day here today. The mild temperatures and the sun and all that is just great. I know they got some rain. This was yesterday morning in Austin, but we didn't get a drop here, so we could use the moisture. I sure hope we get some soon. I've got this little project going on here, trying to get my Johnson kilowatt matchbox in line, and it's not in line right now. And I put it in line last week. I've been messing with it since. The first indication was, I was loading into nothing, loading into thin air. And so I pulled it down. It takes 46 screws to get the cabinet off. I got it off, and I suspected the relay. So I cleaned the relay contacts on the transmit portion. The receive portion worked good. I've taken it's a little transformer that goes from 300 ohm twin lead down to 75 ohms, and then I ran 75 into my receiver. It's supposed to take 50 to 70 ohms, so that's as good a match as I wanted. The receiver worked great when I wasn't transmitting. I cleaned the relays. I didn't put all the screws back in. I'm smarter than that. And I put it in line, and sure enough, I could load into it. But the minute I tried to adjust for low SWR, then I'd have to reload the transmitter, and it's all over the place. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So if anybody's got any thoughts or tips, I would love to hear them. I've got it over here. It takes me now 6 screws to get the cabinet off, and I can get to the relay. I mean, they're simple pieces of equipment, and you would think other than the relay, there shouldn't be any problem, but I got a problem. Well, any thoughts, I'd appreciate it. I'll turn it back to you, Lynn. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. KL7, Charlie Delta in New Braunfels. My name is Mike.
Comment?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, this is Jay. When you retune the tuner, then the circuit on the transmitter has to be retuned. So what you should do is tune the tuner first for the best receive you can get, and then tune the transmitter into that. Maybe that'll help.
Well, I'll give it a try, but no matter what I did, it didn't. I could get the SWR to come down, and then when I tried to retune the transmitter, it was way off, and I could retune it. And the minute I moved the tuner, it would. But I'll try what you're saying. That makes a little bit of sense.
Okay. Well, I'm going to throw a wrench in the works and say I'm going to continue to argue that the best thing to do is bypass that relay and get it out of there, because most of your radios are transceive anyway. Now, if you need a separate transmitter and receiver, hang a standard antenna relay, changeover relay off the back of your station, like I'm doing here, and that way you never get bogged down in all those differences.
Well, the only thing I would argue, first of all, I'd like to use the piece of equipment like it's designed. And even though I operate transceive, it's designed for a separate receiver and transmitter. It was designed for the desk kilowatt, why it's so beefy, and they all would have a separate receiver. And I don't really understand why the relay, if it's designed for that, would have any effect on the way the thing transmits.
Okay. Just for the heck of it, it's bypassed on all of mine, and I've got 8 stations that go through mine, so whatever the case. or we can talk about it on the email, Mike. Great to hear you. Beautiful signal. Moving on, K8WOZ. Hey, Dan, let's pick it up. You and I can talk, and then we'll give it to Jay.
All right. Well, good evening, Lynn, and all the other boat anchor aficionados. This is Dan, K8WOZ, downtown Sanctuary City. Am I way off frequency, by the way?
Well, you're a little bit lower than I am, but let's don't use me. Anybody listen to a flex that Dan can give Dan a better report? It's good enough, Dan.
Okay. Well, I'm talking on a Collins, newly revived Collins S-line here tonight. It's a 32S1, 75S1, and I'm using the transmitter VFO. I just chirped it down, but it's probably drifting a little bit. I could switch over to the receive VFO, and that might just clear up all the problems. Anyway, I'm driving what looks like a 30L1, but it's really a homebrew pair of 572Bs in a 30L1 cabinet. And it's putting out about 650, 700 watts. So that's it. The microphone is a Shure 444D. And just too much junk, and tomorrow I'm going to get this one receiver off my workbench downstairs and put that 10B back up there and get to fiddling with it, see if I can get something to come out of it. That's it from here, Lynn. Thanks for letting us in. K5LYN, K8WOZ.
Sounding great, Dan, and your 10B's almost indistinguishable from the 10A I'm on right now, except you've got a knob to throw in carrier without unbalancing it. The 10A didn't have that, and that's a really handy deal. No, the Collins is sounding really good. Any other comments on your end?
Nope, that's it. Just enjoying listening to all this old stuff coming back to life.
Okay, Jay, your turn. Pick it up, KM5QS and the boat anchors, and I'll switch stations, and we'll hope it works. K5LYN.
Okay, Lynn. Did you pick up George a while ago?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I had to step out of the room for a minute, so I wasn't sure. All righty, thank you, Lynn. Everybody's sounding great so far this evening. First one I've got on my list, maybe he's back by now, is Dale, N5YER. Dale, you there? Well, maybe he hadn't made it back in there yet. All righty, how about KE5ZS, Danny?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Hello, Jay, and everybody on the net. Kilowatt Echo 5 Zulu Sierra. Name here is Danny. I'm a little northeast of San Antonio. I am running a Kenwood TS830S, RE27, and an inverted B, and I don't know where the tower's at, about 35, 40 feet, something like that. Thank y'all for doing that. Enjoy listening. 7-3s, K5ZS.
Okay, Danny, sounding good. Of course, Kenwoods, you know, they always sound good for the most part. Anyway, speaking of which, that's what I'm using tonight is a set of what I call 820 twins, because it's the receiver, the R820 in transceive configuration with the TS820S. And well, the receiver in the regular 820 is pretty good. The receiver in the receiver 820 is even better, and it works really good, and it makes y'all sound really great. So that's why I like to use it. I like for my friends to sound good. Going through a TL922, putting out about anywhere between 1,300 and 1,400 watts to a homebrew tuner, balance tuner, and open wire line and antenna, all homebrew. Okay, next on my list, quit bragging about my junk, is W5SE. How about you, Dennis? You back?
Yeah, Jay, we're back, and thank you for picking me up there, brother. W5SE down here in Temple. And tonight we're talking on just an old 10-volt-1 that hasn't been turned on in a long time. It's kind of funny when I plugged it all in a while ago. Nothing was crinkling and crackling, and it all started popping and warmed up yet. But anyway, it was a beautiful day here, and we got about a half-inch of rain last night. Very thankful for that. And I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. It's good to be home. So anyway, to every everybody, thank you.
Okay, Dennis. Man, I can remember there used to be a million of those tempos on the air, and I'm glad to hear there's still one or two out there. Sounding fine down here. And now, you be careful how you stuff your turkey. So, never mind. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving, Dennis, and we'll see you on the other side. KM5QS, I already did that. W5FPT, Paul.
Hey, good evening, Jay, and everyone on the Boat Anchor Net. This is Paul. I'm in Jasper, Texas, and tonight we're running a 520S Kenwood into a AT1200 tuner and out into a LK450 no-tune single 3-500 amp. And that all goes to a G5 RV outside about 30 feet up. Wishing everybody a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. I love sitting there listening to the old radios. Back to you, Jay, W5FPT.
Okie doke, Paul. Yes, sir. Well, it's good to hear everybody this evening, so thank you, sir. And now, before Denver slips away, I think I'll let him say a word or two.
All right, thank you, Jay. This is N5OJB. I'm cheating tonight. I sold my hybrid, so I don't have a boat anchor. I'm talking to you on an FT900, but I am driving an NCL 2000 boat anchor amplifier with this FT900 into a homemade inverted V-fan dipole with an apex at about 30 foot. And y'all are all sounding good. The radios all sound good. Everybody's pretty much on frequency, so back to you, Jay.
Alrighty. Well, that's too bad. I know you're saving for a national. I know you are. We'll have to get you back in a boat anchor, so, whatever it takes. And by the way, and I'll just make this real quick, just in case anybody needs a boat anchor, I have a TS820S for sale. Not the one I'm talking on now, but one just like it. And I just don't need two of them. So if anybody's interested, give me an email and we'll talk about it. All right, that being said, next is KC5L. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, good evening, Jay, and the Boat Anchor Set. This is Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight we're on the usual here, talking on the Central Electronics 200B with a D104 microphone. And that's driving a Central Electronics 600L, which is doing about 300 watts into a Johnson KW matchbox. And that's going into a homebrew 100-foot doublet up about 50 feet. And we're listening on an RC98. And I heard Mike Hale said that he was making issues having with his matchbox. I just thought I'd mention maybe if you can test the fan switch. That's the only other thing I can think of that might be intermittent in his matchbox. Might want to spray some contact cleaner on the fan switch contact, or it could be something as simple as one of the bolts on the back where the open wire line connects. Maybe one of those is loose as well. But anyhow, that's all I have. Just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I'll say 73s and turn it back to you, Jay. KC5L.
Okay, Tom. Good. That's a good thought. Mike, did you copy that?
100%. Thanks so much.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Before I use them all up, Rusty, why don't you take a shot at it? WK5R. This is KM5QS.
KM5QS, WK5R. I'll do that. Anyway, good evening, everybody. This is Rusty up here in northeast Texas, halfway between Dallas and Tyler. I'm on the usual HT37, the Audio Technica microphone, the receiving on the Kenwood TS590, and I'm driving the homebrew GS35B amplifier at probably, 1,200-1,300 watts, whatever it's doing there, into a fan dipole up about 50 feet. First, I'd like to say hello to Ken up there in Wichita, Kansas, on another HT37. I heard him a while ago, sounded great. And with that, KB0UOZ, are you back, Perry?
I am, Rusty. I am here.
I was wondering if I needed to throw my call out, let you guys know I'm here. Anyway, start with Rusty. You copy me okay?
Yeah, copying you just fine, Perry. Go ahead.
All right. Well, sounds good. We're on our grain boxes again. I haven't heard mention of a grain box yet here tonight. So anyway, we're on the SP our 102, driving the SP T30 up about 500 watts or so. And anyway, going out the usual stuff. Going out. I'm over on my Dentron Super Tuner. Going out the ladder line to the 137-foot inverted bay, and I'm using a Shure 450 Series 2 Shure microphone. So, kind of the rundown here. Boy, it's good to hear all the boat anchors. KB0, that.
All right, Perry. Yeah, the Green Machine is sounding good as usual from Missouri there. Not a thing wrong with the 102. All right, you be safe up there. We'll catch you next time. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
KA7RCT, Row Crimson Tide.
KA7, was that Romeo Victor Tango?
Row Crimson Tide, RCT.
Oh, RCT. Sorry about that. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, name's David here. I'm looking for a SB102 for parts or working. It don't make no difference. Trying to put one back on the air. I'm good in the call book. I'm flying blind as far as the internet. Just I'll give my phone number. It's 205-292-8342. 205-292-8342.
All right. Appreciate that. Got a fellow there looking for a 102 for parts. I'm sure everybody heard of you. It's plenty loud here. All right. Anything else from the net there out that way? I guess not. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
CMK.
Golf Victor Kilo.
Okay, Golf Victor Kilo, and I'll pick you up in a minute there, guy. Good evening up there in Nebraska. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Rusty in the net. This is N0, Golf Victor Kilo, N0 GVK. Kurt here in south central Nebraska. Everybody's sounding good up here tonight. And tonight I'm checking in on a high gain Galaxy GT550 Alpha. And this is the first time I've checked into the net with this particular rig. And I got a Shure 444D on it. Got the external speaker console. Looking for the matching VFO. Looking for a RV550A. If anybody's got one of those laying out in the garage or something, I'd be interested in it. I'm good on Scores Dish. And running that into an off-center fed antenna up about 25 feet. So that's all on this end, Rusty. I wish everybody a good Thanksgiving tomorrow. Back to Nick. This is N0 GVK.
Yeah, I forgot your name there in Nebraska. What is it?
Name is Kurt. Charlie Uniform Romeo Tango.
I should have remembered that, Kurt. Yeah, Kurt up there in Nebraska. Yeah, you sounding good on the iGain Galaxy 550A there. And he's looking for the matching VFO for that. If anybody's got one, he's good on QRZ. All right. Anything else for the net, Kurt?
No, that'll be all. Thanks for letting me check in, Rusty. Have a good evening, N0 GVK.
All right. Appreciate you checking in. We'll look for you next time.
Question, Rusty.
W5CMK. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Just wanted to jump in. I'm cheating tonight. Didn't get in time to get any of the only Drake equipment I got warmed up is the L4B, and that's what I'm using along with this other rice burner. But wanted to say hello, and if you need some help, I'm here to help.
All right. Appreciate that, guy. Now, let's see. Who else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Question.
Okay, I got a double there. Something ending in whiskey.
Kilo 5 Delta Juliet Whiskey.
Oh, Kilo 5 Delta Juliet Whiskey. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Dave over in Beaumont, Mississippi. I'm running the TR4C again tonight, and have been working on National NCX3 and an NCX5, both of which are working sort of, but I've got a couple of issues. If there's an expert on frequency that deals in National, I'd like to hook up with them. Over.
I guess that might be Dan. You still there, Dan?
Yeah, I'm here, but I believe
right
Byron is the expert on the National stuff.
WOZ. I think he's working on one for Denver there. Anyway, just keep listening there, Dave. Over.
Okay, I'll do it. Thanks for letting me in. And I'm running barefoot tonight in a off center fed dipole and using a D104. But that's all from here. Thanks.
Okay, yeah. The Drake is sounding good from Beaumont, Mississippi there. All right, appreciate you checking in. Who was the other station that was trying to check in underneath Dave there? Come now.
YER.
YER, go ahead.
This is November 5 Yankee Echo Romeo Dale in San Antonio. I'm not really running a boat anchor rig. The oldest thing I got hooked up right now is a Heathkit SA2060 tuner running out of 7300 watt barefoot and into an inverted V up at 35 feet fed with ladder line. But I come in here and listen to the net. I just thought I'd throw my call in there and let the count go up a little bit, and hopefully I can get my TS450 and my SB220 hooked up to run through a Dentron 3000A. So I'm working on it. I ain't got it all hooked up yet.
Roger, roger. Well, the Heathkit tuner might get you in the door. Over. Get no comment out of that. I think move just a little bit. Just a second here, let's do that. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. And I don't know. I'm moving this one to get warmed up. There we go. Okay. All right. Who else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
N5 BTM.
Hey, go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah, hello, Rusty. And the net. This is N5 BTM, Ralph and Spring. Tonight we're on another Kenwood here, Kenwood 520, and Shure 444 microphone, Shure 44D microphone. Homebrew single 3500 amp running about 500-600 watts here to a trap dipole antenna. And let's see what else we got here. And that's going through a MN 2700 Drake tuner. So that's about it. I think the band may be changed a little bit, and Dan was the guy in Mississippi, in Beaumont, Mississippi, that was looking for national help. I'd refer him to EDX, Byron up there. Probably be his best bet to relay for Dan. And otherwise, everybody have a happy Turkey Day. My neighbor next door is doing a brisket, and I'm about ready to go over there and make a midnight raid, I think. Anyway, back to you, WK. Shoot. Take it over, Rusty. N5 BTM.
N5 BTM, WK5R. You were heading in the right direction there. All right, appreciate it there. Yeah, I don't know how nice your neighbor is, but you might want to wear your Cavalier vest. You're going to go over there and steal some brisket. Hi. Yeah, and you have a good Thanksgiving too there, Ralph. We'll catch you around the corner. All right, anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo Echo 5 Alpha Romeo Quebec.
Kilo Alpha 5 Echo Romeo Quebec. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is James over in Floresville, Texas. Running a Kenwood TS830S. Got a dipole 40 feet. And that's really about it. And it's my first time checking in on the net, and I really appreciate you guys.
Well, Roger. Yeah, 8:30 sounds great, and come on back next week. We'll be here. All right, James. Appreciate that. All right, I'm going to make one more call, then I'm going to turn it to Lynn and see if he's got his second rig ready. Because I need to make a quick phone call here before it gets too late. All right. Anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited, come now.
Rusty and Rusty.
Go ahead.
Hey, Rusty, this is Mike. That fellow that was looking for an SB 102, working or not working, I didn't catch what kind of rig he was on. It might be solid state. Can you call him and find out?
Yeah, I'm on a 5.9. I'm trying to get this 102 back on the air.
102. You still there?
Yes, sir. It's a 5.9, yeah. Everything here is late model. I'm trying to get a heat kit back on the air.
Roger, roger. Did you copy that, Mike?
Roger.
Okay. All right. K5LYN, WK5R. You got your second rig ready, Lynn?
Well, we're fixing to find out. Does it seem that I make sense when I talk, Rusty?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead for it. I'm going to make a quick phone call, and I'll be ready for the next handoff when he gets through with Jay.
All right. This is K5LYN returning. Let me check with Guy right quick and see if he wants to take a check-in or two here. Might be some folks who want to talk to him. Guy, do you want to talk, or shall I do it? K5LYN.
Oh, I'm not bashful, Lynn. I'll give it a whirl if you want me to.
Yeah, give it a few, and then I'll come back, and we'll hope that this thing still works when you get back to me.
Roger. Well, like I said, I'm cheating, so I ain't going to tell you other than the L4B that I got in line, and the rest of it is a secret. So anyway, this is Whiskey 5 Charlie Mike Kilo, Northeast Texas, right out of Kilgore. If anybody would like to check in with the Boat Anchors Unlimited, come now with your call sign suffix, please, and I'll try to get you in here.
Whiskey Oscar Zero Sierra.
I believe I got a Whiskey Oscar something Zulu Sierra.
Whiskey Oscar Zero Sierra.
Okay, Whiskey Oscar Zulu Sierra. That's hard for me to say real quick, so go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I tell you, it's Zero Sierra. It's a 2x1 there, Whiskey Oscar Zero Sierra. The name is Chip. I'm in Inglewood, Florida, and I'm cheating tonight. I'm on a 7610, and I'm sitting here looking at my hybrid station I've been putting together. I've got a couple of FT101Es and my FL2100B, which I'm bringing back to life, and they're running through the Dentron Super Tenor and a DU104 bike. I thought I'd be ready for the net tonight, but I am not. But I hope to check back in later, so I'll send it back to you. Whiskey Oscar Zero Sierra, over.
Roger. And what's your location, please, sir?
I'm in Inglewood, Florida, and the name is Chip, Charlie Hotel, India Papa, over.
Okay, Chip, in Inglewood, Florida. Good little trip from down there where it's probably kind of stormy or warm, one or the other.
The weather's great here. We've kind of got over some of that stormy stuff, but it's got about 73 degrees right now and clear sky out there. A little breezy today, but tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit of the same with no wind. So looking forward to a great Thanksgiving, and hope everyone else has a great one too. All the radios are sounding great. I got I think I got everybody in here, and most of them 5x9 are over, and but everybody was legible. Great to hear all the old radios on the net, over.
All right, good deal, Chip. Yeah, well, not necessarily me. I've been kind of intermittent here lately, but we have the Boat Anchors weekly. Starting it early, I guess, about 6:30, since the band's kind of flaky. But anyway, come on back and join us again.
I'll be back. I'll send it back to the net. Whiskey Oscar Zero Sierra, over.
Roger. All right, anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited, come now with your call sign suffix, please. One more time, Boat Anchors Unlimited, come now. Well, then, I guess they don't like a cheater.
Well, let's see if they'll take an imposter. How about this one?
Sounds good here.
Okay. All right. Great to hear you, Guy. All right. This is K5LYN returning, and let me talk about this station here just a little bit. back in 1948, I think it was, Collins figured out how to make a new kind of VFO. They called this a permeability-tuned oscillator. Instead of a variable capacitor, it was a slug-tuned coil to change your operating frequency. And they built this into an exciter called the 310B. And they used this to be the VFO for some of their very famous and heavy-duty AM rigs back in the late 1940s and very early 50s. I thought this might make an interesting VFO to hook up with the Heathkit SB10 sideband adapter from the year 1959. It generates its single sideband signal on the operating frequency. And so I've got about 2 watts coming out of the Collins going into the Heathkit sideband adapter. And I adapted a Heathkit DX60 novice rig to single sideband using this Heathkit SB10. And then the DX60 is in driving the Collins 30L1. And it looks like it's doing about 500 watts altogether. Certainly this is not the quality signal that you would have heard out of a Collins or the best of the Hallicrafters back in '59. I like to compare it to 1959 Studebaker. Wasn't the best thing around, but it would get you where you're going. So, greetings to Chip there in Florida. Great to hear you. Let's see who else we can pick up tonight. This is K5LYN. Lynn in Austin calling and listening. Okay.
K5LYN with Oscar Zero Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra, pick it up.
Roger. You're probably 10 over 5x9 here into Florida. Great signal, great audio, and tune in. You're right on frequency there. Sounding great. Over.
Okay, Chip. Well, yeah, what's amazing, you know, of all the vintage radios we have, most of them have lots of oscillators going. And every one of those oscillators, including the crystal oscillator, can be drifting around. This Collins PTO is the only oscillator that I have in this entire station. So if I warm it up and get it to settle down, it seems to work pretty good. Over.
Roger. Well, it's sounding here. Kind of listening to your audio there, running up and down, but you are right on frequency there. Over.
I zero-beat it to my ICOM 706 Mark II G a while ago, and that was after warming this up about 5 hours. So cross all fingers and toes, it'll stay there.
Sounding good on the 7610 here, and I just bought a electronic specialty product. Comes out with a frequency counter there that kind of adapts and adjusts to the old crystals here for my 101Es here. So I'm about to hook it up and see how it works there. Over.
Yeah, there's a lot of fancy things we can do these days, so keep us posted on that project.
Roger, I will. As soon as I get everything running here, I will definitely back. I love to hear the old radios and try to get on some AM nets here later on. Both the Yaesus here, I've got the AM filters in them and seem to do well.
Yeah, I've got another DX60 that I drive the Drake L4B with. I'm going to try it out on the Collins AM net Wednesday night. Over.
Roger. Yep. What frequency is that on Wednesday night?
3880 or 3890, about 6 or 7 o'clock. It starts in different places in different parts of the country, but it's always the first Wednesday of every month.
Roger on that. I wrote that down, so I hope to be back here. Over, but you're sounding great, Lynn.
Thank you, Chip, for the report. All right, let's see who else. There must be a lot of people out there in Mississippi, Louisiana. How about more Nebraska? Where are you guys tonight? And hello to Perry up in Missouri. Who else for the net? K5LYN calling and listening.
K5PK. Hello, Lynn.
Hey, PK, Steve, talk to me.
Hey, Lynn, and you're sounding absolutely spectacular, and everybody's sounding pretty good. Dan's not too bad tonight. Anyway, good to hear you in there, just running barefoot with the Drake tonight, with the inside halfway barefoot. Back to you.
I don't know if you were listening a while ago. I had my Drake L4B on with the other station. You can't go wrong when it comes to Drake.
Yeah, I'm happy with this one. I've had it almost 4 years.
Yeah, man, it sounds beautiful. What else for the net tonight, Steve?
No, nothing special. Just hope everybody has a good turkey day. I'm going to do mine in a safe location, basically here at home. So I'm pretty much canceled it. But I'll probably cook up something good. I'm a pretty good cook.
Same thing here. We're not going anywhere. I got family here in town. We're not going, but we're only a few weeks from an improvement. So, hey, by January we're going to be ready for that Mexican food for breakfast on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I'm sure hoping so. I've only eaten out a couple of times. There's a burger joint around the corner from me and a Subway sandwich place, and I'm really missing that little Indian restaurant. But for anybody else listening, Lynn and I live pretty close, about 2 miles from each other, so we kind of understand what's available in the local area. But yeah, pretty much just been cooking my own meals, which I typically do anyway. I don't dine out very often. Back to you, Lynn. K5PK in the net.
Hey, when we get to where we can be alive out in the real world, let's talk about that Indian restaurant, Steve. Great to hear you tonight. All right, who else for the boat anchors? K5LYN calling and listening. Well, we've been going about 45 minutes here. Pretty good night. Jay, you want to take a round, and we'll go from there. K5LYN.
Okay. Sound like the band might be fading a little bit, but we'll see what happens here. This is KM5QS with Boat Anchors Unlimited, and we're looking for check-in. So anybody we haven't talked to yet, come now, please.
K5AXW.
Okay, not hearing anyone.
I'll pick you up, Bill.
Let's see, was there something? No, I guess not. I think everybody's been caught up with that checked in with us so far. So,
AXW was in there.
Anywhere, boat anchor related, questions, coming on down.
Hey, Jay, can I pick up K5AXW?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Lynn, and Jay, K5AXW here. East side of Dripping Springs on the NCX3, driving the SFL 2100B. I haven't fired it up in a while, but it all seems to be working, and you guys are coming in pretty good. Hey, Jay, you need to tune that receiver a little bit. Otherwise, the good band conditions, it is fading out on us, to be expected. Good to hear you guys. K5LYN in the net, K5AXW.
Yeah, the band is changing. I almost lost you there at the end, so we won't get into a long one, but it was good to hear you. Okay, Jay, that was K5AXW, and I could hear him on his NCX3. Back to you, Jay, K5LYN.
Okay, yeah, I usually hear Bill real well, and he was kind of down, so maybe we just snuck in under the wire this evening. We've had 26 check-ins so far, counting ourselves. So, with that being said, is there anyone out there before I send this back to Rusty and we work whatever we can find?
WA5KOS.
Okay, there was two of them. The WA5 first, and then I'll pick up the second one.
This is WA5 Kilo Oscar Sierra. Handle Donnie over in close to Gina, Louisiana. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Donnie.
Okay, we're just running a old Kenwood TS530 here, driving a homebrew 813 amp, about 500 watts.
Well, it sounds good. Good old Kenwood quality. That's 530s are always good rigs. They're every bit as good as an 830, I think, on the audio and all that. Anything else for the net?
No, I just thought I'd check in and say hello.
All right. Well, hello right back, and y'all have a real good Thanksgiving over there. I don't know what y'all gonna stuff your turkey with over there, but them crawfish are just fine by themselves.
Oh yeah, that's right. Anyway, y'all have a good net and then a good Thanksgiving. WA5KOS, be clear.
Okay, Donnie. Thank you, sir. Maybe we'll see you next week. All right. Who was the other station?
November 5, Juliet, India.
Well, hello, Ed. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been here the whole time, but I'm working on my Kenwood 430 instead of the old 530. And into a Peachkit SB201.
pumping out about 400 or 500 watts, and the end of my 160-meter loop tuned by my Inson Super Tuner. And everybody have a good Thanksgiving, and I really enjoy the net. Back to you, Jake.
Okay, Ed, yeah, thank you, sir, for checking in. I've wondered, I didn't hear you the last couple of weeks, or maybe I just wasn't listening. I don't know. You never know. But thanks for checking in, and y'all have a real good holiday season, all of it. But I'm sure we'll talk to you again before then. All right. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited before I give Rusty another shot?
I'll recheck.
Go ahead. Recheck. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jay, this is Perry, KBWOZ. I have changed rigs, so I just wanted to get into my whistle again. We're on a Tempo 1, the White Face Tempo 1, and driving a Marathon 811H. So anyway, I thought we'd do a switcheroo. I got too many radios from just to run one radio a night. Over.
Yeah, I understand. I don't think we could keep the net running long enough if I hooked up everything I had tonight. But that's okay. I don't want to be selfish anyway. There's too many good radios out there to listen to. I just use mine one at a time. But you're sounding fine on that tempo. Sounds good. That's the second tempo I've heard this evening. Dennis, W5SC, had one a while ago. Thank you, Perry. We'll catch you next week. Let me turn this back to Rusty before the band falls away. WK5R, KM5QS, your turn.
KM5QS, WK5R. Say it there, Jay, and we'll see if there's anybody else out there. I just got through talking to my cousin out there in Tuya, 45 miles southwest of Amarillo. I had to call them, but they called me today, and I wanted to return the call, so that's what I did. And I got off just in time. I picked the headphones up. I heard you say a while ago before you picked up them last two, you're going to turn it back to me. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Come now. Anybody else there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net we haven't talked to yet? Come now. Well, I don't hear anybody, Lynn. Do you want me to tie the ribbons on it?
Well, let's see if Guy and I have anybody else we need to talk to. But yeah, I think we're about to wrap it up. Anybody need to talk to me, K5LYN, before we wind this thing down? I think we've about done it. Guy, you want to make a final call?
Surely, and this is Whiskey 5 Country Music King. Anybody want to talk to me on a Cheaters radio before we end the Boat Anchors Unlimited net?
Cheaters go to the end of the line.
Well, that's the reason I'm at the end of the line, I guess. Over.
Roger. Me too. Man 5JJI.
Roger. All right. Lynn, I think we've about done it.
I think I heard a check-in. Was somebody trying to check in? I might have dreamed it up. Rusty, if you pick up anybody else, go ahead. If not, close her down. K5LYN. What a great net it was.
Okay, K5LYN, WK5R. That might have been Ed making a remark to a guy there. All right, last call. Anybody else left out there that needs a recheck or needs info on anything or hasn't talked to us yet for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Come now.
KE0WYD.
KE0WYD, go ahead.
Yeah, Rusty, this is Ken in Wichita. Is Lynn still around, K5LYN?
Yes, sir, I'm right here.
Yeah, Lynn, a while ago, did you say you had a HX50 Hammerlin transmitter you was using?
No, I did have one about 20 years ago, but no, not now.
Okay, I misunderstood there. I'm running one on my Hammerlin station that I've been getting on AM with, and I just wondered if you'd had any luck with one, but I'll say it's been real good to get on here tonight and good to hear everybody around with all these old radios. That's what I'm into, and I'll see if I can get back. Usually I'm busy on on Wednesday nights. I work with the church youth group, and we have activities on Wednesday night. But I'll get back when I can and run into you guys somewhere on the band. This KE0WYND 73s.
Yeah, great to hear you, Ken. My HX50 that I had on the air worked pretty good on 80 meters. On 20 meters, I couldn't keep it from FMing with the audio. I never could stabilize that. So keep us posted on your project. Okay, Rusty, back to you. You can close her down, K5LYN.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to say the hello to Ken up there because I'm also on the HT37 there, Ken. Over.
Yeah, you're real good, putting out a good signal. At how much power are you running with that?
I'm running about 1,300 watts.
Yep, mine. I've got a mismatch kind of between my HT37 and the 41 linear amplifier, and it has about a 2.5 SWR reading between the amplifier and the transmitter, but I can tune it up. I can only get about 400 watts out of the amplifier, and I think I've got a little issue there. I'm going to have to do some head scratching and see if I can figure what to do. I tried a little auto tuner between the two pieces of equipment there, and that didn't work at all, so I'm back to experimenting with it. Yeah, we have the SX111 receiver and the HT37 and the amplifier. I only had this amplifier about a month and a half. I found it by accident in St. Louis and drove over there and got it. It's just clean as a pin, and I'm just real happy to get it, so I'd have a complete old station here. Over.
Roger, roger. Well, I'm actually using a little auto tuner, but it's mounted in my amp, and it's in line right there between the TR relay and the cathode on the two. This is I'm using a homebrew GS35B, and I've got flat input on this one. It tunes it fine, and it works fine. So you probably got some kind of little mismatch there, and I think I'm looking all pretty. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, sounds like
I'm getting it warmed up down here, Ken, and starting to drift a little bit. Anyway, appreciate you checking in there, and we'll catch you next time. All right, last call. Anybody else for the Boneacres Unlimited net before we close it? Come now.
On that 3870, and it'll just sit there. I'm real happy with the transmitter. It don't drift at all. I mean, it's just real solid. I'll get around and get off of here. This is KE0WYD. Back to WK5R. Rusty, thank you.
Roger, roger. Yeah, I get a little long-winded, and this thing it moves just a little bit, but it sounds like it's there now. All right, last call. Anybody else left out there for the Boneacres Unlimited? Come now.
WK5R from Alpha 5 Romeo.
AA5R. Go ahead.
Hi, Rusty. I just wanted to let you know your double sideband tonight on that HT37. Your upper sideband is as strong as your lower sideband tonight.
Yeah, I am aware of that. I have a problem with my sideband generator, so I am aware of that, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, carrier suppression looks pretty good. Lynn is always putting out about as much carrier as he is audio, but yours isn't. You've got the carrier nulled, I think. Just didn't hear you talking about the double sideband earlier, so I just wanted to make sure you knew about it.
Yes, sir, I do know about it. Yeah. I only use this on Wednesday nights as doing net control on the Boneacres Unlimited. I run a different radio, so I don't do the double sideband. Double sideband is legal, though.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. Although it does irritate some Texas traffic net, on the upper sideband side of 3870.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. All right, appreciate it, sir. We're getting ready to close this net anyway. You have anything else for the net?
Oh, that's it. No boat anchor tonight, Rusty. And anyway,
I got something, Rusty.
Everybody in the group, and happy Thanksgiving. This is AA5R.
Okay. Hey, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, real quick. It's something that's a curiosity that Lynn, you might be interested in, or something. Well, a lot of people might be. On QTH, this gentleman has for sale a pair of R390s A's, I believe they are, and they're hooked up in. And he says, "Yeah, I know, and you'll never see this again. They're hooked together in transceive configuration. It's a part of an estate sale, and somehow this gentleman figured out how to make one of them a transmitter and the other one a receiver, and they're hooked up that way, and they're for sale. But it boggles the mind. How the heck did he do that? Anyway, that's all I've got. KM5QS.
I don't know, Jay. All right, anybody got anything else for closing that? Nothing, so I'll take that as a no. Appreciate everybody checking in, because Jay, myself, Lynn, Scott, whoever happened to be doing net control, we couldn't do this without you. We know what it takes to keep these old rigs up on the radio, on the air, and running. So we'll look for y'all next week. This is WK5R, now closing this session of the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur use before I drift off into the sun.